Language is a bond that binds all cultures in Nigeria together. Today is International Mother Language Day, and it's a day set aside to celebrate our language, our own very language. I am Oganeri Mogogome. On behalf of the team of Prince Osisioma Foundation, we're going to take you to the streets to find out what people feel about their own language, how they speak their language fluently. I mean, if they can really speak their language fluently, and also how can we revive the culture of language in Nigeria. Osisioma Foundation marks the International Mother Language Day 2020. International days are occasions mapped out to educate the public on issues of concern, to mobilize actions, resources, and political will to address global problems, reinforce achievements, and advocacy for a better society for humanity. Today, the CEO, Prince Osisioma Foundation, Prince Dr. Onyeka Eze, calls all relevant stakeholders and world leaders on the need to promote mother language, also known as indigenous language. Prince Osisioma Foundation today, in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, brings the awareness sensitization to your doorstep on the importance of mother language. Mother language refers to a person's native or first language learned from birth. Languages are the most powerful instruments of preserving and developing our diverse cultural heritage, with multilingualism becoming an increasingly sought-after attribute. Prince Osisioma Foundation today is making progress in awareness creation on the importance of mother tongue and promotion of multilingual education and preservation of our culture. Prince Dr. Onyeka Eze also calls on our education stakeholders to make compulsory inclusion of mother language dominant in the educational curriculum of the zone to promote the sustainability of mother language. Teach today a child the ways it should go, for when it grows up, it will not depart from it.
My name is Mike Sinebo.
So where are you from?
I'm from Enugu State.
Enugu State, what part?
Udi, local government, yes.
Do you have a particular language you speak, or is it just Igbo?
I speak Igbo, Yoruba, and French.
So which one do you speak more fluently?
Igbo and English, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to do something for me in Igbo. I'm going to mention something and you translate to Igbo. It's not, don't be scared, it's not hard.
Okay.
Okay, first question, what is television in Igbo?
Huh. Court stuff.
My name is Sister Faustina Okibo. I'm from Anambra State.
So where in Anambra State?
I'm from Ojoto.
Okay, on behalf of Prince Osisioma Foundation, today is International Mother Tongues Day. What language apart from Igbo can you speak fluently?
Igbo.
Just
Igbo and English.
Igbo and English.
Yes.
So I'm not going to ask you a question in English and you reply in Igbo. You don't need to panic, sister. It's very simple.
No, ask.
Okay. The first one, sister, what is phone called in Igbo?
Phone in Igbo, Anaboya, Ekwent. Yes.
We're here on the streets to interview various people and to see their view and how well they know their languages. So, what's your name?
Abubakar Sani.
Abubakar Sani. Okay.
Yes.
Abubakar Sani, we want to ask you some questions and want to find out how well you know your language, Hausa. So, I'm going to ask you some things in English language that you tell me in Hausa. Okay. So, what is telephone in Hausa?
Telephone.
Yeah, what is telephone in Hausa?
Kiran radio na magana.
My name is High Chief Ugochukwu Afuekelo.
Where are you from?
I'm from Agolo, Anocha local government area of Anambra State.
Okay, on behalf of Prince Osisioma Foundation, today is International Mother Tongue Day, where we celebrate our languages, our own languages. So, how many languages can you speak fluently apart from Igbo?
In terms of number of languages, I cherish Igbo language very well. And then the other one is because I went to school, so I knew about English language. Apart from these two, I think no other one matters to me again.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions in English, and I want you to interpret for me in Igbo.
Okay?
So, what is television in Igbo?
Ihe onyonyo.
Okay, what about phone? Phone.
Ekwenti.
Okay, so how do they greet in Igbo?
Igbo doesn't have a straight way of greeting. Igbo na-ajụ ọra. That is what I know. Igbo na-ajụ ọra. Ndị na-asị ụtụtụ ọma ehihie ọma, they just copycats. Igbo na-ajụ ọra. You just ask your fellow human being how do they do, how well they are, and they respond. So it's not a straightforward thing. It's something that has to be interactive. Mfoge, like I see you now, Mfoge now, I ask you, kedu ka imelu? Then I ask you, kedu maka nne yi, kedu maka nna yi, ụmụnne gị kwanu? You see, Igbo na-ajụ ọra. That's what I said, Igbo. We ask about people. We don't have a straight way of greeting. It's the modern day people we are trying to translate good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night into languages. But actually from the origin, we don't have them. Okay? We have a special way of greeting. You inquire about the well-being of the family from the nuclear to the extended. And that is how Igbo is.
First, you need to train the younger ones, catch them young. Start at home, especially the mothers, because the mothers are the primarily the custodian of language. Even the time you are breastfeeding that child, you are communicating to the child in the language she or he will understand. So the mothers should play very active role, starting from the breastfeeding period till, because the brain of a child develops within the 1,000 days of birth. So if you be able to, within that period, to calculate the language of the people on that particular person, then it will help to preserve it. 2, incentives. Within the universities, within the educational institution, you need to encourage those people speaking the language. For instance, I said it, during our own time, if you speak Igbo in your class, and then it becomes derogatory that they only understand Igbo. But now, I can see, even in my own town, you see the younger ones coming down from overseas to take our title, take also title, Ichie title, and then start building our culture, and then transporting it outside.
To Prince Osisioma Foundation, because emphasizing people to speak their language.
Well, let's say, let me say it in Igbo. Chugozienya, ndị Igbo na-asị nkwu onye ji ego nye akwa nne. Let God give him more money, more resources, more empowerment, so that this very important segment of our cultural build-up he has started will flourish and then multiply and bear many fruits. For you, the younger ones also, I'm happy that you people are doing a good job. What we need is to sustain it. Osisioma should do as much as possible to engage in acculturization, which is part of cultural development.
Ask you a question in Yoruba. In English, sorry, and you reply in Yoruba. So
Okay,
tell me,
shoot.
how do you greet in Yoruba?
Okay, am I to say it in Yoruba or
Yes.
English? Okay, if it's good morning, we say ekaro. Then if it's in the afternoon, we say ekason. If it's in the evening, we say ekrele. Then late in the evening, from that 8, 9, I say ekrele. That is to say, there's a difference between both. Normally we just say good evening, good evening, good evening in the English. But Yoruba, there's a time we greet ekale, then there's a time we greet ekrele. So that's it.
Today is International Mother Language Day, and on behalf of Prince Osisioma Foundation, if you are Igbo, speak Igbo.
If you're Yoruba, speak Yoruba.
If you're Hausa, speak Hausa.
Thank you.
Alright, you've heard it from the people on the street. We are back from the street, and I told that this was brought to you by Prince Osisioma Foundation. I don't know what else to say, but I can say people are actually proud of their languages. I'm proud of my language. I'm a Delta, and yes,
proudly Robo girl, and I also have an Igbo blood in my veins, running through my veins, because my mom is from Imo State, Olu local government to be precise. But all the same, I believe our language needs to be revived, because a whole lot of us don't know how to speak our languages fluently, and I think the government should also try and create a platform whereby people can actually learn the languages, even if they don't have this language cultivation in the home. It should be taught in schools, and also it should be spoken every day. It should be seen as an everyday life. I mean, language is a way of life. It's just like our culture. It's part of our culture. Just like when you say culture is a way of life, way of doing things. It's just the same thing as language, because it serves as communication, and we should also learn how to speak our own language, our mother language. Well, don't forget today is International Mother's Language. Don't forget today is International Mother's Language Day. I am Morganeri Mogogome. Thanks for joining me, and of course, thank you for supporting Prince Osisioma Foundation.